Oh, here comes
That
Tom
doesn't
Hanks.
look like him.
That was
There
weird.
he
There we
is.
go.
Okay, I was sitting here wondering why nobody was there.
We were looking for you.
Yeah,
So
okay.
I called you. Ain't that nice of me?
No, that was great. That
Barry's
helped
that
a
kind of a
lot.
guy. How you doing, Tom?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Fine. Came on early today because I got to leave about 25 after 5, but I didn't want to miss you guys.
We were just
So-
saying, did we misread our clocks? But you're
Well, I was sitting here going, well, I guess nobody cares anymore because it's after 5, it's after 5 on the East Coast. And then Barry called and I said, oh shit, something's wrong.
yeah. we just took over on our own.
Well, that's good. So how you guys doing?
Good.
Doing
good.
okay.
Everybody
Enjoying
doing
the
good?
beautiful weather in Florida.
Good. So John McLaren sent me a bunch of videos that somebody had sent him on a CD, and I'm having trouble with most of them, but I did get one of them working, and it's really great. It's Joe Terra being on some daytime television show.
Oh no.
Let's see if I can recognize
If I
it.
can get it to work.
Oh, maybe I think he was on Merv Griffin.
No, this
Really?
is like a soap opera.
Oh,
Okay,
if it was Joe Terra, it was probably Looney Tunes.
All my musicians or something.
Let's see.
Shit,
No,
it's not working.
yeah.
No. What? There,
Oh, there we go.
So you see it?
Oh, do you have a minute?
Can you hear it?
I'm sorry, it's
Yeah.
important. Right?
What?
I have a man on
I don't hear.
Locust Street on New Year's Eve. He may be able to identify you.
Some stranger to pick me out of a lineup?
Not that. Don't you understand? I'm trying to prove your innocence, not your guilt. Tom, don't you know how much I care about you?
Suppose he doesn't recognize me.
I don't know about that. I haven't thought that far. Please just see him.
Call him in. What have I got to lose?
Oh, Jesus. Wow.
Holy moly.
That looks like a big Danny Rubio behind him.
Wow.
Sure?
I'm sure. Broke, there must have been a dozen fights on Locust Street New Year's Eve. I'm sorry. I was sure there was.
It's all right. Thank you.
Oh, wow. I never saw that.
No.
And
Yeah, I
star of daytime soap.
I mean, the rest of them are some music things that I'm still trying to figure out how to convert. But that one I did with my cell phone, and because it was just so funny to see Joe Terra just appear on soap opera.
Yeah.
That's one thing we don't have a lot of is videos of Joe performing mustache stuff. We got him on Ed Sullivan and stuff like that, but he's
Right.
not doing his routines.
Well,
And
there's
his routines is what made him,
Yeah. Yeah.
well, there's 2 videos that I should have ready by next week that are down at Captain Tony's, and
Oh, that should be-
it says Joe Terra's such and such band, and he's doing some routines. So those were pretty good.
well, that should be.
That's got to be with Barry. Right, Barry?
Well,
No, Barry wasn't in it.
I was down there about half the time. They did that for 10, 11 years. I did 4 or 5 of them.
Yeah, and this is when Captain Tony came out and sang, and he can't sing very well, but he did.
But he used to do that all the time.
Yeah.
I didn't know Joe was down there 10, 12 years, Barry.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
Wow.
Because, I mean, one time John Gill went with him. One time Herb Roselle went with him. One time Ronnie Bill did it.
I think one of them has Herb Roselle in it.
Yeah, Roselle, Lisker, what's the name? John Lisker went down there with him.
Dave Lisker.
Dave Lisker. Yeah. So I did 4 or 5, but then all those other years he did it.
I didn't know that. I thought all the years he did it, you and Danny were with him.
Not all the years.
I didn't know that.
Because you see, I started working a day gig in 81. So that was the end of it for me. I did it from 76 to 81.
The Wildwood years.
The Wildwood years. Yeah, well, that was the deal. We did
Yeah.
Wildwood in the summertime and Key West in the wintertime.
Right. Hmm.
Yeah.
Were you married to Dottie then, or?
No, I
No.
wasn't. In fact, there's a funny story. We were down there in Key West.
I
And
remember this is recorded.
yeah, so we're
Good,
down there in
Dave.
Key West, and
That's
Dottie's
good, Dave.
family is from Palm Beach. So she'd come down there and visit. Key West is only a couple hour drive. And she was hanging around Captain Tony's club while we were playing at night. And somewhere up in there, I gave Dottie an engagement ring. All right. Not in Key West, but around that time.
Right.
And so that was a big deal that Barry and Dottie were engaged. All right. And one night we're standing outside of Captain Tony's. Captain Tony says, I tell you what, the smart thing for you to do, Barry, and Dottie's standing right there. He said, the smart thing, he says, instead of spending all that money on a wedding, that I'll take you out on my boat, and by law, I can marry people because the captain of the boat can marry by law. I'll marry y'all. You can call it done. Dottie couldn't shit. He couldn't shit.
I don't think that go over too big with Dottie.
It didn't go over good with her at all.
But Tony probably meant it.
Well, he did mean it.
Yeah, definitely.
He was, yeah, he said, I would save you a lot of money.
Yeah.
Hey, I think it's right. Yeah.
Hey, Roger.
Good
Hello,
afternoon,
Roger.
folks. How
Hey,
y'all
Roger.
doing?
Hey, Roger.
How you doing?
We're
You
doing
say
it.
Roger?
Yes, sir, Mr. Barry. You got your little smoking pipe there, I see. That's a peace pipe?
Cigar. Yeah.
That's good. It's good you're still smoking those babies.
Yeah. You guys make me nervous, so I'm smoking. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
We're the last people you have to worry about making you nervous.
I think
Yeah.
you're right. I think you're right about that.
We know all the secrets.
Yeah.
Barry was just telling us, Roger, about getting engaged to Dottie, and Captain Tony wanted to take him out on the boat.
And
Oh, how about that? Did you do that?
no, he wanted to officiate the marriage, witness the marriage, because
Really?
legally a captain of a boat could do that.
Oh,
These
I
are
thought because
the-
maybe he was the mayor at that time.
No, he was just a club owner and a boat captain.
But he can't bear it, yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, Dottie
Dottie-
couldn't deny.
Dottie's from Lantana, Florida, right?
Yes,
That's right next to me.
right.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Oh,
Ira, how did you decide to move down to Florida? Just you wanted to, or?
I had enough of Jersey. I didn't like the potholes, the snow, the ice.
Yeah.
That's,
And time to
they have-
retire and get the hell out of there. Best move I ever made.
Good.
yeah, they have a direct highway from the upper east coast to Florida. They migrate down there. They're everywhere.
Yeah.
I like it
really,
here.
You really show
I
up.
like it here. We're finally getting some Florida weather because a couple of weeks ago it was in the 50s in the morning.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was cold. Well, they get cold here if it's 60s.
Well, that's because of that high humidity. It's crazy down there.
Yeah.
I like
What's the
Florida.
weather like? What's the weather like by you, Raj?
What's going on by me?
No, the weather.
Oh, it's beautiful out today. It's about 78 out.
That's what it is
shining,
here.
Blue skies. It's a
Beautiful.
perfect time of year now. We've had a few cold spells, and I go to people, oh, this is too cold, and the natives just, oh, this is great. It's a
I'm sure
bullshit.
I'm sure Gim would trade the weather with either one of us.
Yeah.
We're about 70 in Denver right now.
Yeah.
I'm up.
What does it say?
70? Wow.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
It's great up there. Yeah.
Are you
That's why
supposed to be
Mike
getting
Johnson's
any,
not Oh, Mike's
Y'all
signing
supposed
in now because he was out sunbathing.
Are
With
y'all
that
supposed to get any
weather.
of that snow?
It'll be about 40 tonight though.
Yeah.
That's what we had around New Orleans area. It was about mid-40s last night, and it's got
Oh,
what is
mid-60s
it?
today. It'll be back in the 70s tomorrow, and then 80s. You know.
That's what they say. You stand still in New Orleans, the weather will change.
hey, long as it's not the other way around, right?
Yeah.
Oh, Mike's muted.
He's trying.
Yeah, biggest things I miss about New Orleans are the friends I have there, and the food and the music.
Yeah.
Oh.
Crime's getting a little out of hand down there. It seems like, but that's the nature of the world now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
You
try
know,
to come down.
since I retired a year and 2 months ago, I've been down to the French Quarter, I think twice. And just to ride through, not to get out and go anywhere.
And I guarantee it wasn't around Mardi Gras time.
No, I stayed away.
Yeah.
Yeah, but a lot of New Orleans actually leave town during Mardi Gras,
Yeah,
and,
that's correct.
Really?
and they've been doing that for years.
Fly
Actually.
out.
They don't want to be with
A
the
lot of people
crazies.
flying in, but there's just as many people flying out.
Yeah, really. Well, you know, it's New Orleans has two elements during Mardi Gras. You got downtown and the French Quarter, then you got way uptown in your suburbs. You have all the locals, which is a lot more pleasurable time to enjoy Mardi Gras. You know,
Oh yeah.
as people say, well, should I go to Mardi Gras? I says, you want to see New Orleans or do you want to see Mardi Gras?
Yeah.
It's two different
They want
worlds.
something like that. Tell them to go to French Quarter.
Hey, Mike, how are
Hey,
you?
Mike.
Oh, Mike,
All
can
right.
you guys hear me?
So,
Hey, Mike, there's a plane landing behind you.
A plane.
Yeah.
Well, I think that may have been the day that this picture was
Oh.
taken. We had a helicopter landing right overhead to take somebody off the glacier that had been injured up there
Oh.
by being stupid, but that happens occasionally. Every couple of years, we'll be up there and a helicopter will come flying in and land in that parking lot behind my head. Because some morons got drunk and stupid on the glacier, and every now and then somebody dies up there.
Oh, wow. Drunk and stupid. They would have been qualified to work at your father's mustache.
I know.
No, not at
I
all.
know.
Like
They
all
just
of
never,
us.
never ever would have been qualified.
Yeah. Oh,
We were
Well-
either drunk or stupid, but I don't think we were ever drunk and stupid at the same time. Were
no.
we?
No. Yeah, I'm surprised Gentry's not here tonight.
Who?
When I
Mike
worked,
Gentry.
when I was at Mustache, we would drink a lot, but I don't really remember anybody being stupid about being drunk. They were just
No.
having a good time.
No.
Just
Well,
drunk.
you
Just
were
drunk.
working hard and doing stuff, and you didn't have time to.
Yeah, you just worked hard and had a good time and made some money and made great friends.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
So I was
That's it.
going through Chris sent some pictures of the 25th reunion, and here's like
That's a good one.
Yeah, I
Cameron
have
Pride and Gene
I have a
Legault.
ton of pictures from that reunion.
Is that Chris?
yeah, that's Chris
Yeah,
back
yeah.
right there.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Behind the barrel.
So that must have been the recreation of the mustache then, right?
No.
No,
Was
that
it?
was
Oh,
in
yeah,
one
you're
of
right.
that
Look
old-
at the tablecloths.
Former bar.
Yeah.
25th.
When he opened those curtains, I was blown away.
Yeah, everybody was.
Oh,
Yeah,
That was the opening night down in the basement.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
That's where that was.
yeah. When they
That
opened
was
the curtain.
that was probably Friday night.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And during the day, we had the picnic outside.
That
Yeah,
was,
Oh,
that was
nice with
out
the
on Long
tents and
Island.
everything.
Yeah. I have
I
some
got a
pictures
ton
of
of
that.
pictures from that reunion.
Yeah, when they opened those curtains, the mustache was there, got a standing ovation. I
Yeah.
didn't think it's gonna stop. People were just, it's like you're on a trip in a plane and it dropped you off. Back at your
time-
father's mustache.
All right.
Well, Chris sent a lot of pictures, so I'll show you some of those.
Yeah. Be good.
It's still Italy?
I'm
I
sorry.
think he's either on his way back or coming back soon. I saw something on Facebook about he was saying goodbye to somewhere that sounded like it was over there and probably on his way back.
From Italy.
Yeah, I think he's traveling today.
Yeah.
Okay,
What he said last week.
This looks like Friday night also.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah.
Because they had a piano there. Remember the piano player was
Uh-huh.
walked in.
Yeah. Is that Mike Gentry way on the far corner next to you, Barry?
No, I think that might be Vanasat.
Oh.
Bob
I don't know, it
Fanderson.
does kind of look like Gentry, but it's hard to tell.
No, it's not Mike. And
Okay,
So who was on the piano?
they hired a piano player.
Oh, okay.
And that's a funny story. So as we all were walking in, he was playing the piano, doing solo piano for some background music. All of a
Right.
sudden, people started pulling out instruments. He couldn't get over it.
it's Babcock on washboard between Barry and Joel.
Right.
that looks like Vanasek on the left.
That, you know what? I think that is Vanasek
Where?
on the
On the
left.
left.
On the far left.
Bob
Yeah.
Vandersack? No, that's not Bob. I don't think
No?
so. No.
Looks like him.
Bob was a little taller than that also.
Yeah,
I
that's what I
think-
thought.
I thought it was.
No,
No, you're right though. Vanasek was a taller guy.
yeah,
I don't know, that sure looks like Gentry.
that's what I was thinking. Who's on the trombone?
That's the guy out of Boston.
Lenny Cassonen?
Yeah, Lenny Cassonen.
I know the name.
He was at Carnegie.
Yeah,
Remember at one of the reunions, he fell off the bleachers and hurt his leg. Remember that?
Yeah.
Which reunion was that at?
I don't know. Maybe it was Oklahoma City or Punta Gorda or
Oh,
well,
okay.
there, you know,
That
the
was
Clearwater Festival, remember the
That was
Clearwater
Clearwater.
Festival, Barry? Somebody
Yeah, I
fell off
think-
the back of the stage, up on the top on the back of the stage, and that was Gene Blood, a washboard player, because he was standing right next to me when he went off. And
But this guy broke his leg too, Cassonen.
Gene, well, I don't remember that, but Gene Blood didn't break a leg, but he did go off the stage on the ground and got right back up and on stage again. But I
Wow.
don't remember anybody else going off stage, but you're probably, you could be right. I just don't know.
That was down in the Clearwater, wasn't
Yeah,
Yeah,
Clearwater
yeah,
when Gene
Clearwater.
Blood went off the stage.
Who's the guy right by the elbow of the trombone player on the far right edge?
That's the
Isn't
piano
Piano
player.
player?
Is that Barry
Oh, I thought
Rank?
the guy in the blue shirt was the piano player between Joel and the trombone player.
No.
Oh,
Okay.
That could be Barry Rank.
No, I can't tell.
he? Yeah.
That's a good picture. I don't think I've seen that one before.
Yeah, he's had that up there before.
Okay.
What
well,
else you got, Tom?
There's more of them. Hold on.
Where's Bill today?
I'm not sure. Well, he was doing something with his grandkids.
Oh, okay.
He was stuck. Come on. Okay, this isn't a very big one, but
Oh, wow.
oops.
That's a recreation.
Yeah,
Yeah. What a great shot.
That's good. Yeah, that's a good one.
I'm all the way on the left and they're back there next to Ira Dector. Ira Gutman.
Ira Gutman is one of
Yeah,
the.
that's
But
Ira
is that,
Gutman.
who's
and I'm
on the
just to his
far
right.
right behind that person playing the banjo?
Our far right.
Yeah.
Far right is, in the kind of middle row is Dennis Condrey.
And
Okay,
then
I know
Bob
the name.
Adams right
Below him.
way to the right.
Yeah, Bob Adams is sitting down. Huh?
Yeah,
Right.
sitting down behind a lady in pink.
Uh-huh. That's a great picture.
And Babcock up again, above Joel on washboard. Right by the
Yeah.
ladies' night sign.
Shit, I'll be
You
right
see,
back.
I'm standing right behind Buzzy Podwell.
And I think that's Bill
Yeah.
Clark on tuba.
Yeah, it looks like it.
You'll see Buzzy right in front of me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
down
there's
front
Jerry
there.
Sacco right next to him in the blue shirt.
Isn't that Bill Clark on the tuba?
Yeah, definitely. And there's Gene LeBeau and the trombone.
Yeah, yeah, right in front of him, yeah.
Yeah,
Gene's always doing a lot of work. I follow him on his Facebook.
yeah, he's real busy down in Dallas.
Yeah,
Plays with a lot of different bands and things, and he'll be here in Colorado in July, sitting in with some bands at the Evergreen Jazz Festival.
Who's that, Mike?
Gene
Oh,
LeBeau,
there's Jerry Sacco.
yeah, in the blue shirt, right next to
Yeah,
Buzzy.
he's next to Buzzy.
yeah, yeah.
If you listen to and watch the cut of Jeff singing "My Mother's Eyes" from Carnegie, that's Gene LeBeau playing a trombone. The work he does on that is fantastic for being ad lib. I mean, I was part of it, and I didn't realize it till after I saw the playbacks. The job that Gene did, he's terrific.
He's a
Gene
great,
Roof.
great horn man.
Bruce,
What?
Jerry
Gene.
Sacco passed away several years ago. Why did he die? Anybody know?
When did who die?
Jerry
Sacco.
Sacco.
Oh, Sacco's around 2009.
No, but of what? What?
He's gone 15 years already, Mike?
Yeah, I think it's been around that. He had I think it was cancer, Roger. I know he had lost one lung. I saw him a lot in
Oh, okay.
Sacramento, and I saw him probably 6 months before he died. He was in a nursing home, and he hated every minute of it. He had a roommate in a small little room, and
Wow.
one night he was going to the bathroom and he fell down and got wedged between the toilet and the sink and broke his left shoulder, and he was left-handed, and he just had a terrible time of it. But I'm pretty sure I never heard of an official cause of death, but I'm pretty sure it was cancer.
Wow.
Yeah, okay.
Guys, I gotta check out. I gotta run. Good
All right,
seeing
have a good
you.
one.
See you next week.
And we're
Yeah.
on for next week. Oh my God, look
Yeah.
at that shot.
Big Bill.
Big Bill. Big
Bill,
Bill.
Big
Fred,
Bill
and,
Sawyer. Okay, guys, have a good one.
Okay.
Okay, see you next
Bye.
week. Bye-bye. Big Bill.
Big Bill,
Yeah.
Fred, and Ken.
Big Bill kept trying to get me to come to Thailand. I believe that's where it was.
Yeah, me too.
He said, there are all kinds of beautiful women over here, Raj. Come on over.
I know I got the same email, but sounds a little dangerous to me.
Yeah, okay.
He
What a
finally
guy.
married Flower before he died. You know, it was good.
And that was Saturday in the daytime outside.
By
Yeah,
the
that
park.
was out on Long Island Sound at that picnic.
Yeah. Yeah, that was fun. You know,
It was a great day.
perfect weather. Everybody going around drinking beer and hugging, shaking hands.
Yeah, that was perfect.
Big Bill, Fred.
Is that Fred there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Fred in the middle. Yeah, Fred Hendricks.
Who's that trombone player on the right up there?
I'll get it back. You can't see it now, can you?
No,
Okay, hold on.
it's all right. No big deal.
There it is.
The guy on the left in the yellow shirt is Jesse Denton. The guy on the right, I'm not sure who that is.
Yeah, I can't tell either.
I don't recognize him.
Okay.
But the thing is, the reunions that we've had, it will bring people out of the woodwork that even maybe just worked for a year or at your father's mustache. That they just wanted to be there.
Mhm.
It was fun.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, yeah, ask everybody. So that's my best job, man. It
Oh yeah.
was a good group of people.
Mike, yeah.
All
Barry.
smiles. Jesus.
Well, Roger and Mike, since you're here now, John McLaren sent some videos, and I got one of them to work, and it's Joe Terra in a it's hard to describe. Let me find it.
Soap opera.
Yeah, soap opera. Not saying anything, but okay.
I
Shoot.
think it's All My Washboard Players or something like that.
Hold on. Okay. Sometimes this stuff is complicated to get on.
Oh, shit.
Well, Tara did a lot of commercials.
Here it is. Here it is.
Let's start.
There.
I'm sorry.
Huh.
Do you have a minute?
You don't bother to knock anymore?
I'm sorry, it's important, all right? I have a man outside who witnessed a fight on Locust Street on New Year's Eve. He may be able to identify you.
Some stranger to pick me out of a lineup?
It's not that. Don't you understand? I'm trying to prove your innocence, not your guilt. Oh, don't you know how much I care about you?
Suppose he doesn't recognize me.
I don't know about that. I haven't thought that far. Please just see him.
Call him in. What have I got to lose?
Oh, I am hurt. Is this one of the men that you might have seen fighting New Year's Eve? You sure?
I'm sure. Brooke, there must have been a dozen fights on Locust Street New Year's Eve. I'm sorry. I was sure there was.
It's all right. Thank you.
Well, that was Joe Terra.
That was cute.
When I was up there working with him, he did numerous commercials and bit parts like that. He was part of the Actors Equity Union.
Yeah.
Going,
Good for
Yeah,
him.
a lot of commercials. That's good. Yeah. When did he die?
Well, shit, I can remember the years.
I don't remember. Yeah. I don't-
I know it was after Katrina.
Just trying to find another picture.
And Terrace kept playing the washboard up at the Red Garter or down at the Red Garter till what, 88 or 89?
Can you see that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's there's Barry.
There's Pete on the washboard behind.
yeah, Gentry on the left and Barry up behind him.
Who's the guy in the sports coat?
That's, God, I know his name. I can't think of him now. Carl Lunsford. He was in the early stages when the mustache opened.
Lunsford? He plays a church band.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
Yeah.
well, doesn't excite anybody, so that one.
Why don't you have something to the girls on Bourbon Street? What the hell?
That would be nice. I don't know who these two people are, but we'll find out.
Tension bills.
Bob Adams and his wife.
Yeah.
Which wife was that? A second wife?
You got me. I think he ended up with 3 or 4.
Oh,
That was a
he's always got that big smile. Yeah.
Okay, let's see what else.
Good pictures. Chris sent those.
Yeah. Okay, that's the one.
I think Bob Adams, along with Steve Yoakum, to me, the two perennial saloon singers. They had something about their voice that worked in saloons such as what we were doing.
Yoakum was great.
Yeah, Yoakum and Bob Adams, they had that voice.
Yep.
I see Barry. That's all I see that I know.
Dennis Riley with the cigarette.
It was Ira.
Oh,
Little
Dennis Riley
Ira.
with the cigarette on the left, and then Ira, and then Jerry Sacco and Barry.
In that,
Yeah.
All right, this looks like a bar song.
Yep.
I would think it looks like a bar song.
Everybody's having a good time.
Always.
Oh yeah, this is where we've all seen this a couple times, but it's a good picture.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dottie.
Look at Ira when he was young, man.
Mr. Bill.
Hi, boys.
Hey, Bill.
I was dealing with Hurricane DJ for a while, so
It's his grandson.
Yeah.
he's nonstop and they just left. So, yeah, boy. Yeah. So tell me everything I missed. Just kidding.
He's got a bunch of pictures from Chris.
Yeah. We've used them before, but like everything else, we've used them a bunch. So the Galvanized Jazz Band, is that the Galvanized Jazz Band?
Yeah, that's the same ones, I guess, but younger. They
Joel
were a bit
played-
older when they played in New Haven.
Okay.
That was the reunion year. That was out at that old grist mill Sunday morning for brunch.
Okay. Where was that at? In
Well, it's during that weekend of the 25th reunion in '87.
oh, okay.
There was Saturday night, of course, at the theater, and then the Sunday morning was a brunch out at a restaurant called the Old Grist Mill Inn. And the Galvanized Jazz Band was hired to play that during the brunch, and it was a very beautiful setting, really nice.
And here's the two Iras.
Yeah. Little Ira, big Ira.
Yeah. It was
Enjoy
great seeing them at the reunion.
Enjoying the facial hair group.
Yeah, man.
Hey,
Jim.
Hey, Jim.
Hi there.
Hey, there it is.
Better late than none.
That's right.
Two good looking guys.
Yeah.
Nice hat, Barry.
Thank you.
All right. Well, since I hate to do it one more time, but since Gim and Bill are here, let me get Joe Terra up.
Oh, cool.
He was on a soap opera.
Yeah.
Let me get a little.
Oh,
I have a man outside who witnessed a fight on Locust Street on New Year's Eve. He may be able to identify you.
It sounds strange you to pick me out of a lineup.
It's not that. Don't you understand? I'm trying to prove your innocence, not your guilt.
Those were some real actors, weren't they?
You know how
I
much I
think.
care about you.
Suppose he doesn't recognize me.
I don't know about that. I haven't thought that far. Please just see him.
Call him in. What have I got to lose?
Going in first.
My God.
Is this one of the men that you might have seen fighting New Year's Eve? You're sure?
I'm sure. Wrote there must have been a dozen fights on Locust Street New Year's Eve. I'm sorry.
What fucker is this?
All right. Good. Thank you.
Ta-da.
Yeah.
well,
What was that all about? Where'd that come from? I've never seen that
Alan
before.
McLaren sent me some, he had an old CD and somehow he got these clips and it was the only clip that I could finally get to work. I'm working on the rest of them this week.
Oh my Lord.
There's a couple of Joe Terra down at Captain Tony's with Joe Terra's band that's up, it says on the wall.
uh-huh.
And there's a couple of things like Herb Roselle playing, and I should have them ready by next week.
Oh, cool. Cool.
But that was the one that was so funny when I saw that one. I thought, holy cow.
Yeah, he said
Never met Joe Terra, but now I feel like we're buddies.
Yeah. Well, he sure nailed those lines, though, I'll tell you what.
I'll tell you, weren't they great? My goodness.
It could have been yeah.
You know that Joe Terra went to acting school with Humphrey Bogart?
No, I didn't.
Really?
Humphrey Bogart and Sterling Hayden. Remember the guy in the
Yeah,
guy
yeah.
played the cop?
Yeah.
Mm.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
They live in New York, they're exposed to all that stuff, so I guess it really shouldn't be terribly surprising. Yeah.
Yeah, he used to talk about it occasionally, just matter of fact, you know.
Right. He told me he was in acting school, but he didn't tell me about Humphrey Bogart.
Yeah. Now, the Humphrey Bogart, I don't know if I believe that or not,
Well, that's true.
but it's a
That's
good
true.
story. It's a good story, you know.
Yeah, you're right, Jerry.
I thought Humphrey Bogart was a little older than Joel.
I think so.
Oh,
Just a
sure.
bit.
Yeah.
All right, just trying to see if I can find anything else here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, I have two versions of this. One is this direction, the other's naked the back.
From behind.
Yeah, I got the one about a clue somewhere.
Amazing.
Great body though. I wish I had at that age.
I haven't looked that good since high school.
It never looked that good.
I didn't look that good in high school, so
Yeah.
I've got one like that. It's just kind of hidden right now among some other weight.
these are our friends Russell and Joe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Does Russell have a cigar in his mouth all the time?
No, but it was frequent. I mean, yeah.
I wonder when he's cooking.
he actually was a very good cook.
But I heard that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I would eat at the mustache a lot. I mean, it was it was good.
There we have the other Christmas version.
Oh yeah.
Wasn't this when he was running for mayor or something?
I don't know. I got the other picture with him because he's wearing a suit facing the camera. And then
Right.
he's turned around. Let me see if I have that somewhere.
Yeah, I got
He
that.
ran for office. He ran for office twice. He ran for lieutenant governor, and I forget who the governor ticket was, but they didn't win.
Oh, okay.
And that was the time I was chiding him and kind of, pleading with him. I said, stop this bullshit about taking your clothes off. If you want to run for state office, 2 or 3 of those get out and you're dead.
Or wasn't
So,
it the Christmas picture that he sent? Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unless you're a woman in Italy, didn't a porn star get elected for something in Italy?
Yeah, for their
Prime minister or something.
legislature or something.
Yeah.
Not recently, but that sounds like
no, but it was. I can't remember. It was a while back.
Well, yeah.
the current prime minister is a woman, but she's not a porn star.
Yeah.
Yeah. Joe had too many negative things that politicians could go after him on.
Oh
It's
yes.
He's like an open book. Oh, let's go after this guy. It's easy.
I took a frontal nude picture for audition. They might give me a bid for it.
Yeah. Oh.
Just a small role, huh, Barry?
Yeah.
Oh, let's see. I don't know why this
A lot of
didn't get bigger. Here we go.
A lot of Hall of Famers in that one.
Yeah.
A lot of banjo players.
Yep.
Banjo's back in town.
Was that for a reunion or just a lot of people showed up at the same time?
I think it was on a night that we had the Ed Sullivan show. I think I could be wrong on that, but that's one of the occasions where you have a lot of people together.
Isn't that Neil Understeer next to Joel?
Yes.
Yep. And Les Bennett's next to him.
Les Bennett's next to him.
Ronnie Bill on the end. Ronnie Beisel on the end.
And Jim Burton.
I'm next to Joel.
So
Harry
there were
Bailey's
a lot
next
of
to me.
people that were playing at different clubs up there that night.
Oh yeah.
Like,
That's a lot of.
The banjo guy's on the top. That's Johnny Martin on the left, and Carl Lunsford on the right. So must have been. That's not the Ed Sullivan band. I really can't place that. I remember the picture, but I can't remember why everybody was there.
Well, this is in the club.
Yeah, it was in New York. Yeah.
Yeah, I just didn't know why so many people were there at the same time. That's all.
Right.
And
Exactly.
y'all don't remember either, so nobody knows.
You see Joe Terra sitting right behind Les, and he doesn't have his beard.
Oh, okay. I didn't recognize him. Yeah.
Without all the beard and mustache, you wouldn't. But that was early on. Yeah.
Yeah. So would you say like mid-60s or something?
Early 60s.
I would say mid-60s, yeah, because New York opened in 63, I think, 4, right around there.
Is that Jay Brackett up there?
Jay Brackett is between Craig and David Bergeron.
He's standing sideways.
right, a profile
he's-
shot.
Yeah,
He's
profile.
standing sideways, yeah.
Which one's David Bargeron, the sousaphone or the tuba?
He's playing the trombone.
Oh, okay. He's the one that went on to with Blood, Sweat, and Tears, right?
Right.
Went to Blood, Sweat, and Tears. Yeah, he was there with that band for a while. And then he discovered Broadway, or Broadway discovered him. He did 10, 12 years with in the pit for Chicago. In fact, he only retired a couple of years ago.
Huh. Wow.
I remember his saying. I asked him one time. I said, "David, how long are you going to stay?" He says, until my last one gets out of college.
When you say Chicago, he was playing the musical for all that time.
In the theater, yes, in Broadway.
But I mean, the
Okay.
musical Chicago or in Chicago at the,
He was playing in the pit band in Broadway, on Broadway.
okay.
Like the musical Chicago. Oh, look at that. It's interesting.
Yeah, I'm glad you told me that was Joe Terry. I never would have recognized him with the, Pat on the low behind Les there.
Yeah, without a beard, he looks like an insurance agent.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, funny.
Wow. Yeah. There's a lot of people on that one. Guys, I'm gonna have to run.
Okay, Rick, good to see you.
I'll take care. Good to see everybody.
Good to see you,
Safe.
Rick.
See you next week.
Take care.
Still waiting.
Take care.
We see you on the next February 29th, huh?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. They had some article in the paper today about a woman who was born on February 29th. And so she turned 100, but this technically was her 25th birthday.
Right.
Leap
Well,
year.
I saw something today where Jimmy Dorsey, I think, was born in 1904, and he's 30 years old today.
Woo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think of that. I forgot about that. That's cool.
The mind may think that way, the body doesn't.
That's well, we know we've seen this one before many times, but it's a good one.
Oh,
Famous mustache truck,
Yeah.
world renowned.
I wish I could find pictures of the Denver mustache truck, fire truck. It was a good one.
Yeah. The American LaFrance, chain driven. I was always amazed that Neil Underseer did such a good job of printing the names and the addresses on the truck.
Yeah, that is great.
Yeah, he's a great artist.
Yeah, but the style and it's
Yeah,
beautiful.
he matched it perfectly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, not everybody has a company vehicle like that.
Yeah.
Not everybody has something chain driven.
Really. That's true.
I'm sure when you took that into the filling station to be worked on, they were like, huh?
Hey, Snake, you don't have any pictures of the old Denver fire truck, do you?
I don't.
That was my only transportation for 3 or 4 months during the summer of 1970. The fire truck was. I didn't own a car.
But you know, it's sitting here every week for the last few years. We haven't seen many pictures from Denver.
No, I don't have any.
There aren't a whole lot, Barry. If there's pictures out there, I don't know who's got them. Because
No, I
I've
don't
got
know.
some, but not many. And Snake, you don't have many, right? I don't know if
I have-
anybody. I've got some pictures I got to dig out. I've got a big, huge tub at a friend of mine's garage. I'm going to pick up sometime this week in my continuing effort to get rid of crap that I've collected over the last 60 years. And
Yeah.
I'll see if there's anything in there. But we used to drive that fire truck up in the mountains on Sundays when we were closed. And we used it in parades and St. Patty's Day and other things. And we'd have kegs on the back of it and get all the mounted police drunk and all kinds of stuff. But there were never a lot of pictures from the club itself.
That's
That's
Denver.
That's Denver.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, that's Denver.
Yeah.
Harbor Square.
Bruce Wilson, Gentry, Gene LeBeau, and Joe Petrocelli.
Yeah.
That's one of the few that we have. It'd be great to have an outside shot of the club.
That's Bruce Wilson on the far left there. Isn't it?
yeah. Bruce is the one that hired me. He was assistant manager in New Orleans that
Oh, yeah.
February I showed
It
up.
was?
Yep.
I don't
Yeah,
remember
Fred,
that.
Fred was the manager and Bruce was assistant.
Same
And
with me. Same with me. And he gave me
guess-
the training.
Well, Bruce was one of the managers in Denver for a while. I didn't know until I got on this thing that he had ever been in New Orleans, but he was one of the managers here in Denver. And then he went to work for AAA, I believe. And I think he passed away about 10 or 15 years ago.
Who's that you're talking
Bruce
about?
Wilson.
Oh, really? Huh.
in fact, when I was there, they said you can't ever order a pitcher of beer without getting some nuts with it too. They called it a Wilson because Bruce Wilson didn't want you to not, go away from the bar without at least an order of nuts with the pitcher. That made people want to drink more, but eat no
sure.
nuts. And we used to call it a Wilson sometimes.
Hmm.
I
I
think
wonder if
Rick
that was
Allen
before he was in Denver. I
Yeah.
just don't, I don't know the chronology on it, whether he was in Denver first or in New Orleans.
He was in New Orleans in '71 because that's when I got hired and he hired me. So
Okay.
Yeah.
So I started in Denver in 1970, and Sacco was the manager, and then Bruce Wilson and another guy were managers later on.
Mhm.
I think the clubs were doing a swap thing for the summer, like they did with banjo players. And I think that Bruce Wilson left for a little while, came down to New Orleans, and then went back. I think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that sounds right.
Yeah.
And I know he went to work for AAA later, and uh, I heard he passed away a bunch of years ago, but I'm not 100% sure on what the date was.
Because we had in New Orleans, we had LaRue, and he went away, and I think to another club while Bruce Wilson came down here.
Brussels, I've never seen this picture.
Oh,
That-
that's Brussels. That guy on accordion, his name was Maurice. He was from France somewhere, and we'd go over there. Harry Black and I would go over there and hear him playing at the club, and we were trying to talk him into playing at the Mustache, because we couldn't find. Well, we had Harry Black, we couldn't find tuba player, and we had a trombone player, a French guy named Jean Pierre, but Maurice didn't want to come to work with us for a while because he thought we were too freaking crazy. But he finally came to work, and the opening night band was Maurice on accordion, Harry Black on banjo, a French trombone player named Jean Pierre. It was kind of crazy. I was only there for the first 3 or 4 nights, and then I came back to the States.
Is this a picture of the mustache nose?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
It's-
that's
and it has a
Brussels.
nice article under it about it, but I cropped that off when I scanned. So,
Hmm.
but I could probably pull the page up, but I don't have it handy right now.
I sat in with Gentry in the Brussels Club.
Yeah.
What's that?
I sat in with Gentry at the Brussels Club.
Well, yeah, Gentry was there for a while. At one point, you were there, and a whole bunch of other people were. But other than Joel and Maurice, I don't remember who all these guys were. If they were local guys or there were some Americans that came over there while I was, trying to get the club open with Joel. And Joel was there for about the last 4 to 6 weeks of getting the place open. And but that accordion player's name was Maurice. If anybody wants to know, for down the road.
Yeah. Did what was the song? What were the songs like? The same ones we played here?
Oh yeah, pretty much. I mean, you had Harry Black. I don't see Harry in that picture, but Harry Black was there certainly for a few months after it first opened, or a few weeks at least, anyway. But I don't. Other than Joel and Maurice, I don't recognize anybody there.
Okay.
I did in Brussels, didn't last too long.
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, I know it was open when I was in New Orleans, because the Brussels and Blackpool were both open, because we used to have the little placard out by the door, all the different clubs that were open. And I remember
Brussels,
Vancouver, Brussels, and Blackpool I think they're all open, at least in 71 when I started.
Well, Brussels opened in March of '71. Blackpool had been open for quite a while before that. I had been there, and it was a weird place.
I'll tell you, Brussels had a dynamite location.
Blackpool was a weird place.
Blackpool was a weird place mainly because the liquor laws in Ireland, in England, were strange. You could be open from something like 11 to 1. You had to close down from something like 11 to 4, and then you could reopen for the evening. And you had to have an extremely extra special super califragilistic license to be open on New Year's Eve past midnight, or even to midnight. And that's why I say Blackpool was strange, because the operation hours in England were crazy. Just
They
nuts.
closed all the alcoholic beverage places closed during the day
Yeah.
because they want the workers to go back to work.
That's Butch England. He was the manager over there.
I was over there for over a month, so
Yeah, it looks like more of an assortment of beer than we had.
that's liquor.
Number of taps up there, or those taps are those are bottles of liquor upside down. I'm sorry.
Those taps were popular in England and probably other parts of Europe, where you could put a glass under it and it would pour it a measured shot. And a lot of it was just things like vermouth and various aperitif things. The beer they served was, if I remember correctly, was pretty much just Schlitz. Butch England was a cool guy. Joel and I were over there one weekend, and stayed at his parents' house, which was freezing cold, but comfortable place, and his parents were cool. And Blackpool was a beautiful, beautiful place, but it was awful cold. We were there in October in 1970, 1970.
Well, two things. I'm wondering, was the beer stronger there, and did they serve it at room temperature?
Yeah, if
Room
I remember
temperature.
right, it wasn't necessarily stronger, but most of the beer was served at room temperature.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
sometimes I'd hear comments from people from England when they come to the mustache.
Blackpool had a hotel above the club
Yeah.
called the Cherry Tree Hotel.
Well, it had been a hotel years and years before with some
Well,
really
but it was still a
beautiful
hotel when
landscape
I was there.
grounds. But it wasn't a hotel when it was a mustache.
Yeah, it was.
You sure?
Yeah,
don't
'cause I
remember.
stayed-
You
I
may
stayed
be
in it.
right. I don't know. It's been a long time ago.
I stayed in it, so yeah.
Yeah.
They had a great location, right
Yeah.
across, right off the Grand Pond.
Is that it?
Yeah,
thought it was-
that's the Blackpool Club, but I don't know that it operated as a hotel as well at that time, but you may be right, Roger. I just don't remember.
A Tudor style, huh?
Blackpool's a tourist place because it's close to the water.
Yeah, on the North Sea.
So all the a lot of people who live in that part of England would come down there and spend their vacations in Blackpool.
We were there, Joel and I were there during Guy Fawkes weekend. I don't know if you all know who Guy Fawkes was. He was a wacko that tried to blow up Parliament in the 1600s in England.
Yeah.
And they celebrated Guy Fawkes Day, kind of like we do Halloween, but a little bit different, but similar.
Did they wear that
Guy,
mask?
Guy Fawkes Day is a big deal.
Yeah.
All kinds of fireworks and shit go on. It's fun.
Yeah. Did they wear that crazy mask with the thin mustache and a curl on it, or was that just in the movies?
I don't know. I don't. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
Blackpool's not too far from Liverpool, also. So you can go over and see where the Beatles started.
Yeah, go to the cavern, huh?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
The cavern in
Eric
Blackpool.
Black and I went over there.
Yeah. Right.
You know, the Maria too, right? Did you know Marie too? Harry Marie?
Let's see.
What Snake?
I said Harry's wife named Marie.
Yeah, and his kids were Peter and Heidi,
Not terribly.
and they were all in Belgium when I was there.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, I just pulled up Blackpool on the map, and it's on the Irish Sea. It's just
Oh, that's
directly
right,
across
Irish
the bay
Sea.
from Dublin, actually.
Yeah.
Not far from Liverpool, not far from Manchester.
It was a great place. There you go.
That was their fire truck, I guess.
Yeah. I rode in that with them. They had a parade. I forgot what was going on when I was there, and we were in a parade. It was the Guinness is very popular, obviously, in that area.
Yeah.
That's the only time I drank beer and disappeared.
Anyway.
And all the ladies over there like to speak to Americans because they think you're a cowboy.
All right, well, I'm gonna cut out. If you guys
All
want.
right, it's good to see you
Thank
guys.
Well,
Yeah.
oh, it's,
Thank you, Tom.
Yeah, I'm sorry to
Good
go
to
to
hear y'all.
late.
I gotta go too.
also,
Dave.
see y'all
See you all
Bye.
next weekend.
See you next
Bye.
week.
See you in March.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
See you
Yeah.
next
Yeah.
month.
Bye-bye.